out, so I don't really have a deck today. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run down through all the market segments we cover, what we cover for contractors like yourself, business lines of credit, if you're doing fix and flips, um, things of that. So commercials are our biggest focus over here for you guys. So if you're in the commercial space, whether it be roofing, HVAC, windows, siding, anything like that, parking lots. The markets that we're covering in that, the lending arm is going to be $0 to 2 million. So markets for y'all, we're getting with the marketing team. A lot of guys are doing this. It's a quick one pager, has all the markets, has the QR code, Purple Apple Loans, your logo, shows that you're providing the lending through us. So markets in that space for commercial is going to be churches, flex warehousing, gas stations, hotels, HOA condo, industrial, medical offices, mixed use, mobile home parks, motel, short-term stay, multifamily, offices, retail, schools, and lastly will be self-storage. So with that, when you hear the commercial lending space and you come in with my team, you fill out the form online that we'll go over later in the presentation today, that comes into us, and we have several programs in the commercial space. So I'll do high level today so you guys have examples. So we have a 50K working capital micro fund, really hard to find them in the commercial space. We have a 500,000 CRE cash out on the subject property you may be working on. But as you guys know, as a contractor is, hey, say subject property, the loan balance is higher than 500,000, that's okay. Sometimes these guys own multiple properties. Hey, you might own something down the street. We can do a bridge loan. What's cool about the lending partner we partnered with, he doesn't audit the funds. So if he says, hey, you borrowed at 123 Avondale, but you actually put a roof on 789, he won't go back on that. So that's what that lending arm looks like. And then we have a jumbo fund that's going to be 150,000 to 2 million. And that's going to be same thing in those credit criterias in those markets. Inside of commercial, we also have ground up programs. So if you're doing a new build or you need a construction loan or you're doing an HOA project. So we have HOA effectively this morning. We just onboarded another lending partner that we're nationwide for HOA. So I know you guys are often asking about terms and conditions, interest rates, and everything like that. Commercial is unique that it's based on the borrower's criteria, right? So what that look like is everyone wants to know interest, terms, length, everything that goes into it. We always talk about years we can offer because everyone's credit criteria is different. I don't know if this guy may own 10 investment properties that are paid for. He's got a big investment portfolio. So we always talk with terms. So for example, our HOA program we just onboarded this morning, we can offer 3, 5, 7, 10, 15 for terms. If they ring all the bells, that they're a high level caliber HOA community, meaning, hey, they've got clean books, high cash reserves. They may own some property in that HOA. We can go out as far as 20 years. Say you're doing a roof project or an HVAC project. They've got that AC farm that they need to rehab. And now it's $1.2 million because it's going to be everything for that property. We can do that as well. Or if you're the roofing contractor, you want to structure the lending let arm for it, and you want to do the HVAC, you want to do the electrical for the HVAC, you want to do the roof, we can put all that in one program. Church financing. So we have effectively this morning, we have 2 church programs. So quick decision is going to be 55,000 to 500,000 roof only. Nonprofit, building's got to be paid for. They will do a personal guarantee. They will do a blended personal guarantee because, hey, nonprofit, who do we tie it to, right? Usually I'm respecting religion. Just use an example today. Usually it's the pastor that's going to sign off on that. But say Nick's the pastor, he pays cash for everything. But Mike may be the treasury and he uses his credit. He's an 815, but Nick's the 680, right? Now we're going to take those 2 people. We can have 2 people max on this program. We're going to have a blended of around probably on 780. And that's going to how we're going to get over that personal guarantee. They'll do a hard pull once we get into lending. If they don't fit in that criteria, the building's not paid off, they aren't a nonprofit, or it's not roof, say you're doing a parking lot or solar, or you need to do construction inside that church, we have another program for that. Business capital. So this is where it'll help you guys out as contractors with Purple Apple Loans. So lines of credit, business capital, equipment loans, SBA loans, startup lending, business term loans. So those are our programs on that side. So same thing, say Mike Bennett owns a commercial property, but he's like, I don't want to do a cash out refi. Okay. How about we do a line of credit because you have a commercial portfolio that's considered a business? We can do a line of credit for that roof project. Okay. Mortgage services. So you guys out there as contractors, if they're like, hey, do you know anybody that's got a lending arm for this, or you want to do some fix and flips or HELOCs or refi cash out on your own personal property? So we have renovation loans, 203Ks, refi cash out, HELOCs, construction loans, traditional lending. Got a contractor that he's going to build upwards 140 plus homes this summer. We can help out front side, back side. Hey, it might be a construction loan to him, start building the homes while he's got his model homes going. Roads, bridges, sewer, water, electric, gas, telecom, right? Now, when he starts selling those homes out of the model home, we can provide that mortgage service. So we have a mortgage line now. Investment lending. So fix and flip. So we have two programs. Depending on what state you're in, we have a first time fix and flip program. So what that means is, hey, you don't have experience. That's okay. No red tape, no W-2s, no P&Ls. It's very easy. But if you fit in the premier package, meaning you have experience, what's that mean to you as the borrower? Better terms, lower origination fees, flexibility. You can extend those terms out past 12 months. Say you need an extension on it, go 18 while you're fixing and flipping it. Inside of that, we have bridge loans, new construction, rental and fix, rental and hold, rental and buy. On top of that, our SBA jumbo loans. So above 8 million. So if you're buying a business or you need to do an acquisition, and we just onboarded as of yesterday franchises. So what does that mean? Say you want to do a coffee shop, a Chick-fil-A, we have franchise lending. So that's high level for you guys. I know it's a lot that I threw at you in a short term. So I'm going to do this longer question and answer. If you guys have questions or talking points, or what is Purple Apple Loans, what's commercial, what's fix and flip, what falls in those buckets? Mike, I know you got something.
So let's say you're building a subdivision and need infrastructure cost. What does that look like for you guys?
So great question. So if you're doing the subdivision, we'll need to know how many houses you're going to build. Then what's your infrastructure cost? What does that look like in those subcategories? Are we doing roads and bridges? We're doing water and sewer. Is there already utilities there? Do we need to do as-built? Do we need to bring telecommunication? Is there power there? Is there a substation to support that power? Is there a substation to support the water and sewer? Because now you're adding homes to an area. So do they need to upsize that piping? So what you'll do is you'll bring infrastructure cost and then your construction cost. And then do you need to have mortgage services outside of that when you start selling those houses out?
And the other question I got is for my lighting business. Um, when new dealers come on board, if they need, 30 or $50,000 to start it up and get going, but they don't have a lot of experience, or they're new to the industry, is there an option for them to get a $50,000 line of credit or loan somehow to cover marketing and inventory cost?
100%. So we could do, depending on their credit criteria, we have several programs in that line. So great question. So we could do line of credit, we could do business capital, we could do fast capital. So always bring, hey, that need to us. So when you go on purpleappleloans.com, you'll see talk to an expert. They can fill out that questionnaire that comes to me and my team, and they can reference your company to do a dealer setup, right? And then that's when I call them about, hey, what's your lending criteria? What's your credit score? What do you have for, you could put collateral. What do you have CapEx raised? And then we go shopping for them based on that need. So that's when it could come back as, hey, congratulations, you got accepted for a line of credit. What's cool about a line of credit for a customer like yourself is it doesn't go away. So if they get approved for 100 and they need 15 today to start that project and get materials from you, they pay it off. Just because they pay it off, it's like a credit card, it doesn't go away. Then they get a big job because there's a new say neighborhood going in down the street. And they're like, hey, I just landed 100 homes down the street. Now, Mike, I need $50,000 in materials. So you process that PO or invoice, right? Charge them. They can use that line of credit. Same thing, pay it down, put it on a payment schedule on their books. Or fast capital. Or if it's very large, we can do SBA. We can do SBAs with commercial property. Say they're going to build something that's owner occupied. When we start out, 51% owner right off the rip. And then by year two, they need to be 60% owner. What's cool about the SBA line, depending on credit criteria and lending arm and everything that goes into that, you can do interest only 8 to 12 months. The SBA partner we signed up with, depending on credit criteria, everything that goes into it, they will give upwards of 3 to 6 months of working capital because they realize, hey, you just opened a business, you have payroll, you have employee benefits, you might have trucks involved, whatever, advertising, whatever goes into that. Great questions, by the way. Chris Kelly, how are you? I know you got something for me.
Good today, man. Now, pretty straightforward presentation today. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry I didn't have a deck together. We just wanted to go over high level today. So hey, as you all need the needs for this, go on purpleappleloans.com. You'll see talk to an expert. They fill everything out there. They can reference you as the contractor. So with any commercial borrowing, all the money goes to the borrower. So all the closing costs is paid by the borrower. And then what you all will hear as we onboard you is what we're doing over here is consulting fees. So you're familiar with dealer fees if you're in the Approvify platform. So what that looks like for Purple Apple Loans, we did it real simple. So 0 to 500,000 is $500. 1 million to 2 million or 1.5 is 1,000. 1.5 to 2 million, 1,500. 2 million and above is 2,000. We cap it. We don't charge you as the contractor unless your customer gets funded. So Chris and I agree to say if something comes up in underwriting and they can't get funded, then you guys don't get charged for it. What a lot of contractors are doing, we signed up 8 different commercial roofers last week. They're putting it on their contract as a pass through. Consulting fees for financing X. And I can always send out those forms so you know what that form looks like. And when you start pricing deals, you know what that charge will look like as well. Any other questions?
We haven't had our coffee yet today, Nick.
Well, what time is it up there for you, Mike?
Oh, it's 10:15. I'm ready for lunch.
I've had 3 cups already today because my coffee machine broke, so I had to go to Starbucks 3 times.
That's why you need some loans because you're going to Starbucks. Yo, we got to get this man some business.
Last program I'll go with you for you guys is we're onboarding it currently. It's a 50,000 or less damage credit for commercial specifically. So when you hear these programs, the micro funds, they can use that for roofing, HVAC, doors and windows, parking lots, anything to do with that subject property. But say that they had something that happened with their commercial business, we do have a damage credit fund. Now, hey, terms and condition, that's going to be based on credit criteria, what's going on with that situation. So I really don't have anything to share on that as what that would look like on the front side until we do a full application. What all this looks like for you guys as terms as flow, since we went through all the programs, is these are very similar to real estate deals. So what we do is our process is after your client fills out that questionnaire on purpleappleloans.com that comes to me and my team, then I will collect high level data from them. We won't do a credit pull. It'll be a pre-look. And why we do this compared to anybody else in the industry is to save time. So I don't want to send them all through a pre-approval process and underwriting and then say, no, it's a no deal. We'll get back the terms and condition. That's when I call the client for you all and say, hey, Bob Smith, congratulations. You're approved on this program because your criteria fits this. This is what this will look like. And if he says go, then we start a processing and funding email to keep you all in the loop. So I'm on copy on that. You as the contractor, the borrower, and then the bank we're using. So that helps out with flow. And you'll hear closing time, just like real estate. Hey, your closing is going to be, say, April 30th. So that way, as contractors, you can plan for that. That, hey, I need to order materials. I need to plan around weather. I need to rent some equipment. I need extra staff for this. And then again, all that money will go to the subject borrower. So when you start writing your terms and conditions on your contracts, hey, maybe 50% up front before you start the job, final walkthrough, the final 50% is paid from them because they have received those funds. And again, you all don't get charged the consulting fee until that customer of yours is fully funded. Any other questions? Dustin, Reformed Roofing. Good to see you, man.
Hey, what's up? Good to see you
How are
too.
you?
Am I in the right place?
You are. So Chris is he's traveling
Okay.
today, so he asked me to do the
I saw a
presentation.
lot of hair on the screen
I
there.
know, a lot of hair, no flow of the bald. So yeah, he
Good
asked me to
deal.
run through Purple Apple Loans presentation today. I didn't have a deck for this. We just wanted to hit it high level. What's Purple Apple Loans? What are we doing over here? So main bread and butter is commercial, but outside of that, we're doing church lending, business capital, lines of credit, startup, business term loans, mortgage services, fix and flip, as you know. So that's kind of high level.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, we chatted about that one project a couple weeks back, right?
That's right. Yep. The first time fix and flip program.
Yeah.
So
Well,
again,
good
as
deal.
you guys have needs, go to purpleappleloans.com, talk to an expert, fill out that questionnaire, comes to me and my team. Then that's when I call the borrower for you all and start the pre-look and then keep you all informed as the contractor how that lending is going to look. So I see some more people in the chat. I'll keep it open for a couple more minutes if anything comes up question and answer wise, and if not, go back to selling, right, Mike?
Yep, I'm out.
All right, well, good deal. I got to get on this roof with this Allstate adjuster so he can deny it real quick. Y'all have a good
Oh,
have
don't
a
do
good day.
that.
Have a good day. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
See y'all.
Thank you. Josh with Falcon, I think it's roofing says on your hat. Nice to meet you, man. I don't think I've ever seen you on any of the calls. I think your screen's froze. If nobody else has got anything, I'm going to end the call. Appreciate you all joining. And if you got any questions, hit me up at purpleappleloans.com and I'll help out. Thank you all.